Okay, good morning. It's May 23rd, 2021 already. I see a cat over there. Hello, cat. Who's there? Is that Slater? Slater? Yeah, that's Slater. What a beautiful cat. Blue Point. Slater. Okay, well, anyway, so here in the greenhouse here, we're having a little demo of my herbs here today. The ones I was telling you about since 2002. And then we have the cooking pot here. I have the electric one with a special inside. And let me pan out here. I just put a bag of my prescription that the herbalist gave me. And you see how it just floats on top there. And that's 4 cups of water. So there's a heating element in there, and then I have it plugged in here, and there's you can skew the top like that, or whatever, however you want it to make it condense quicker. Decoction. So it has 2 lights on the bottom. Can't see because it's daybreak and there's all kinds of solar simulators up there. So, but the 2 lights are on. When one shuts off, it keeps it warm because it works. The formulas work best in body temperature, or warmth. And then, so these are the bags here. This is my formula for the metal detox and the heart arrhythmia caused by electromagnetic fields and radio frequencies that are beyond biological health levels. It's very obvious. So this is just for me for this moment in time. And let's see what's in here. Here I'm working with one hand here. This chair I painted. I love this chair. I found it. A neighbor refurbished the seat for me. And anyway, so to show you, this is my maintenance formula. And it also includes something for the pesticides that got in my eye when the city sprayed industrial herbicides in the alleyways, just because there's a couple of brush green. So, it smells so good. Here in what's left of the sunlight. You've got roots and more roots and twigs, bark, and little pieces of wood here. I don't know if you could see the lighting. I'm wearing blue blockers so everything looks orange. So the seeds fall to the bottom. So every one of these is accurately measured. So I can't afford to lose not even one thing. So it's about $10 for that. And it lasts a couple of days if you're on a maintenance. So I had I felt shedded upon in early February. Somebody had gotten something put into them that morning. I told them that could shed, that was a contagion, and they proceeded to spit on me over my art table because the music was loud twice before I could even put the little mask on that I had there. And I felt shedded upon because it happened to me before, and then in 1992 I got the flu shot in New York, and I was sick for like 10 years until I moved here and found my first herbalist. So I talk about the herbs. But my point is, what is my point? Where am I? Oh, let's see how the herbs are doing. So let's go over here for a second and check on them. You can hear the pot starting to boil. Yes, there's still some birds. You still have some birds, even with all the cell towers. Hey, Arizona is the top smart city cell tower, and it's all tied in with university, research departments and scholarships to foreign students are forced to breed boneless chickens. How's that? That's one of the goals. So let's see, who's this? Oh, it's Hershey. Hershey. Oh, it's Taji. Cousins. That's sweet. I think that's her. She looks like my other one. Oh, I think that's Baby. I don't know which one that is. Hershey. Herschelette. Okay, moseying along here. Well, let's see what the solar simulator is doing while my herbs are cooking. Something so wonderful and life-giving and life-sustaining, and something so hard as the solar simulator, lasering the sun and lasering the chemtrails. So painful to even, it's all blued out. It's going to burn your retinal tissue, and that turns into cyanide. So this is no joke. And those next two things coming up, those booster things, are real 100% sepsis, is what Dr. Yaden says. And he ought to know, because he knows when technology and biology are good and when it's not good. So I don't know what you're seeing there, but I certainly can't look anymore, even with the blue blockers. And I don't recommend you either. But I know NASA, I know that they're funding this with our tax dollars, so I think we have a misappropriation of tax dollars. Don't you think so? I think so. So I'll touch base with you later. I'll explain a little bit more about the herbs here. It automatically shuts off the boiling temperature, and it has it on a warm. So they do recommend, let me undo this. Hold on a second. They do recommend soaking it for 10 minutes first, so I'm gonna, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it now from the unit here. All right, and let that soak for 10 minutes. That was what I was supposed to do, but I got away with it because the water was cold for a few minutes. So I'll just let it sit at the room temperature for an hour or two, and then I'll boil it. It takes about an hour. It decocts it from 4 cups of water to 1 cup of medicinal extraction, balancing act, and balancing the body, the hot, cold, the moist, dry should be in the middle. And he's working on my heart arrhythmia that I got from electromagnetic fields. And it's also called CAR. It's the police call it criminal assault by radiation. In the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, they now call it EMS, electromagnetic sensitivity, with 6 Medicare and Medicaid billing codes, including radiation poisoning. So you have the installers thinking that they're doing something, and then you have the instructions to the installers, risk of this, risk of that, and the smart meters have a sign on the side of them, of the electric ones, on most of them, risk of death. I mean, come on, risk of injury, burn, shock, a few different labels. Do not vandalize, do not trespass. So, bunch of stickers, some of them peel off. I used to do real estate safety inspections for 5 of the 10 years that I thought I was in the business. So, yeah, I called the city. I said this unusual stucco crumbling and showing the mesh underneath the brand new houses, and it's only around the meter. So they said I said, there's no code for this vibration code. It's uninsurable. It violates building codes, electrical codes, fire codes, pool safety codes. July 13th, 2020, two brothers got electrocuted on Lake Pleasant right over here. I passed by there yesterday on my way to Wickenburg. They need to close that antiquated hydroelectric plant there. The old dam is submerged. It's all electromagnetically leaking into the water. So whether or not they had super duper Wi-Fi on their boat, of course, is not the issue, because at least one person a year, I count, for the last 10 years has mysteriously drowned there. So that's in my report called Why Take Chances on 5G, on smart meters, on things, invasive procedures, when you could do things simply and easily, and then the tax dollars are funneled into what's really important. So, we have to get these genocidal maniacs are in my crossword puzzle with adrenochrome. I mean, I went to a big party yesterday. It was so magnificent. Half the people had gotten it and the other half didn't. And everyone that did said they didn't have to wear a mask because they were safe now. But the 2 boosters coming up are not safe. And they made the announcement yesterday or the day before, which Dr. Yaden warned about a couple of months ago. I finally got it. So I'm just letting you know what's going on. So when you pour the herbs out, you just have the extract. Just to show you here, when you pour the herbs out, the top stays on. There's a little hole in the top there. So when I tilt it, because I have a bad thumbs, it's a good thing that the handle is nice and sturdy. Now you could just cook it in a clay pot. If you absolutely have nothing else, you could cook it in stainless steel, but not in aluminum if you really don't have anything else. That's ceramic or clay, something, or even Pyrex is good. Heavy duty Corningware Pyrex is good. And you only need to decoct it once to have another second decoction. You just boil it again, but it's not as strong. Some Korean herbologists, because I'm talking about these are Chinese, they boil twice and mix the two together. But that's a whole different generational, parent to child, teaching them apprenticeship. So that's a good thing. And where's my herbs here? Okay, I have to repack this here. I just love this stuff. It smells so good still. You could smell it. Over and out.